situation. The data doesn't show the human factor. And if you look at the data, he's just been struggling, right? And at this point, when you're in the chase, when you were tied with the Astros when it comes to the division lead, I think you just put your best players out there. Forget the righty versus righty, lefty, left, all that stuff. Okay, I get it, understand the logic, but let's go play some ball with our best players.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw Brock tweet out last night. It's hard to look at a lineup with Garver and Demo in the lineup and think that you have a good chance. Garver's had his moments, Dylan Moore's had his moments, but you have to accept people for who they are. And right now, Demo just doesn't have it. So I'm just playing my best guys regardless.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of when I was calling plays for Monroe High School, and we're down on the goal line. We're playing Mount Si, and we're driving to win the game. And Mount Si gets in this formation defensively, or this front defensively, that we shouldn't be able to run against. And all the data told me you should throw in this situation. And I said, nah, our guys are better than their guys. They're going to sort this out, and we're just going to beat them. And that's exactly what happened. If I listened to the data in that point, would have thrown the football, and who knows what would have happened there. So humans, look at your humans that have been playing well for you and play those guys at some point. Dan, I know they're going to be on his head. A lot of people are on Dan's head right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not forget, they were on an 8-game win streak. Good things come to an end. I think just the way it ended with the personnel that was out there is what kind of rubbed people the wrong way.
Let's head to the text line, the 206, saying, I'll chime in and say that I'm concerned. The amount of times I've heard, maybe this is the spark they need, or maybe this is what Cal and Gino need to get going, followed by a nothing burger, does slightly worry me. Still love the Heartbreak Kids, though, following them to meaningful baseball in October. 360 says Garver should be gone. Bring up Ford for the playoff run. It's a no-brainer. Curtis is bringing up Harry Ford, a no-brainer, because I do want to say that as exciting as he is as a prospect and as much as this team in front office so clearly love him, he has not gotten those big league ABs. And I know that there is very clearly a vast gulf between what you can do in the minors, even when you're with Tacoma, and what you're going to do with this big league team.
Right. If you're going to bring up Harry Ford, you have to be weighing, can he provide you in his first bit of major league action more than what Mitch Garver is doing? And a lot of guys struggle immediately out of the gate. And you kind of wonder, is his bat going to be ready enough by the time he gets called up? The other issue is, can Harry Ford catch a major league pitching staff and do all the things that is
incredibly
required
demanding position.
Exactly. And also in the most important games of the Mariners season.
Yeah.
You've got, 40 games left after today. But again, you look at what Garver has been doing at the plate as of late, it is not ideal. So right now, I think you've got to strongly consider Harry Ford as a promotion. I think you've got to consider a lot of things with this roster right now because, again, these games are just so much more amplified than they've ever been because of what's at stake, and you've got to be running your best lineup out every single day.
Speaking of your best lineup, this maybe isn't one of them. Cal obviously getting a night off. Cal and Rosarena, two of your clearly best hitters, still going 0 for 8 yesterday. Not the best offensive production in Baltimore. 206 Bump says, when are we going to see the Mariners offense on a milk carton in Baltimore? Maybe a little disappointed with the lack of what they're seeing here. How are you feeling about it?
No, it's disappointing. I didn't think they would sweep this series. I know how hard it is to do. You've done that twice already, 8-game winning streak. I understand that, and I appreciate that. And no matter who you're playing, it's just hard to do it. It's just the way that it's going down right now. This doesn't feel great. You know, I understand why, and also understand this is where, right, you lose one game out of 9 or 10, and you start questioning everything that was being done. I understand people questioning Dan pulling Logan. I said 82 pitches yesterday, Stacy.
I knew that you
I said 82 pitches, and he went, 79 of them things?
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a bit early to pull him, but he was getting barreled up a little bit, so I get that. It's just when you're on a win streak and you see guys, and you see your team performing at a certain level, and you lose to a team you feel like you have no business losing to, every decision, every play is going to be amplified. But there are some obvious ones that were plays that were not made, and obvious guys who haven't been in the lineup as of late, and you feel like that could have affected the mojo of this team. So I get all of that. There's a rhyme and a reason for what Dan does and why he does it, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I think looking at the text lines, most people agree that you should keep this lineup as consistent as possible down the stretch.
Let's jump back to some of these conversations coming up a little bit later in the show. We have time. These guys are getting rained out in Baltimore right now. We've got our eyes on a delay. We will let you know when the Mariners PR announces play will resume, and we'll send you right back to, obviously, game broadcasting. Coming up next, headline rewrites, then back to your Mariners questions. Don't go anywhere.
With roster spots on the line.
And here's Millwall rolling out to the right side and throws a dart.
We're training him like we're training Drew and Sam.
It's another important step in building the 2025 Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Torrey Horton from 10 yards out.
I just feel like it's that competitive mindset that I got. I always want to compete.
Preseason game number 2, Seahawks Chiefs, Friday night. Kickoff at 7. Pre-game at 5 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports on 710.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Hello. Welcome to Lee Johnson Auto Family. This is King. This organization's a special one. They call it the Lee Johnson Auto Family, and it's not just a name. It's not just some cliche. They foster an environment for us to become a family, to work together, to really become close, and they show us in a lot of different ways that they do value us. Is it perfect? No place is. But I've been very thankful to be here in the almost 10 years and have every plan to stay here for a lot longer and just watch it continue to grow.
He's fun and professional, which explains why so many people visiting Lee Johnson Kia ask for him by name. The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
We at Three Tree Roofing understand that your home is your castle. That's why our certified technicians use state-of-the-art installation methods to deliver the highest warranties available. Check out our hundreds of online reviews and schedule a free estimate to see for yourself. Three Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Welcome back to Damp Baltimore. Mariners and Orioles. We're in the 6th inning. Mariners are trailing 5-0. Mariners with a runner aboard and Julio batting. That's when the rains came. We're in rain delay currently, but there's some good news here. The rain has stopped. They have pulled the tarp off the field, so that's the good news. We're moving in the right direction. There's going to be a lot of work to do on the infield, though. It was very wet as it really poured for a while. So right now they're working on the infield. They've already emptied, I think, 40 bags of Diamond Dry on the infield. So they're working at it right now, and then they'll move to the mound. And so we're moving closer to restarting this thing. So we're not quite there yet, so we'll stay in rain delay. But that's the update. So it shouldn't be too much longer before we resume from Baltimore. In the meantime, let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
This is Mariners baseball on Seattle Sports.
Take every game with you on the go by downloading the Seattle Sports app.
710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma, the home of the Mariners.
So they're working on the infield, and hopefully we'll be back with you shortly. In the meantime, here's more rain delay programming.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-298-7906. 800-298-7906.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross. Here we go now.
Mariners, Orioles in a rain delay. We have our eye on that tarp, which is apparently off the field. We're waiting to see if they're going to resume play in a little bit, but the field is drenched, so it'll take a minute there. We will, again, let you know the second we hear anything from Mariners PR, and we will send you right back to the broadcast. The Mariners need to take a page from spring training for their next roster decision. Bump. Two things we're doing here. One, talking about whether or not the Mariners need to make a tough roster decision. And two, opening up the text line for you guys to talk about your feelings with this Mariners club right now. Was on an 8-game win streak and then dropped one to the Orioles. TBD if they drop the third, but it's not looking good. 866-979-3776. Bump, by taking a page from spring training for the roster decision, I think we were all talking about whether or not you need to make the tough emotional decision to move on from a beloved player with Dylan Moore.
Yeah, that's tough. He was a Gold Glover last year, and it had his moments. And he started the season off pretty good. He was doing his thing, right? I think you mentioned off air, we were having a conversation that him and Polanco were like two of the catalysts when it comes to keeping his team.
Back-to-back AL players of the week.
Yeah, it's crazy how just things can change. And in baseball, it's so heavy because you fail so much. And now you're not an everyday guy. And you get thrown in position. I almost feel bad that he was even put in that position because I felt like his confidence just hasn't been there. Should you move on from a guy like him? What's your corresponding move? Like, who do you bring up? I don't think you necessarily have to move on, but I don't think that you play him like you played him the last game. Again, I'll echo it again. Forget the matchup deal. Just play your best players, all right? You made these moves for a reason. If Cal's body is feeling good, he should be out there. Canzone should be out there. He's proven that he can play that position. Robles is coming back, so if you want to switch something up, let's try that. I'm just, unfortunately, because We've interviewed him. He's a good guy,
Really
family
nice guy.
man. You know, like I'm not talking about Dylan the person. Dylan the baseball player just isn't getting it done right now.
When it came to making tough decisions from spring training, Curtis, you were looking at the Mariners' decision to move on from Mitch Garver, another player who's beloved by
Mitch
fans.
Haniger.
Mitch Haniger, excuse me. We are going to talk about Garver in a minute.
He's still in the game
He's
today.
still part of this conversation. I'm skipping ahead in my notes. Their decision to move on from Mitch Haniger, you thought was probably an emotionally tough but also important decision.
Yeah, I mean, Haniger played here for a lot of years, had some really big moments, but at the end of the day, when you look at what the 2025 team was going to be about, it just felt like keeping Mitch Haniger around, even though his production had slipped to where it was last year, it just didn't make much sense. And I think you kind of look at Dylan Moore in the same light, like, hey, you have played a lot of big games for this Mariners team. You were on the 2022 team that broke the drought. You've had some big home runs. You won a Gold Glove last year even. But is he helping you right now win ball games? The answer is no. He is not helping with the bat. He's not helping with the glove. And I wonder if it's like the yips or something. Like, I've never seen a player more in their own head right now than what Dylan Moore is.
I agree. The 253 says, well, Rayleigh's coming back, so who goes if not Demo? I see the conversation as really one between, like, who do you keep as your bench guy between a very versatile Dylan Moore defensively or someone like Miles Masterboni who can't play as many roles defensively but maybe brings more to the plate. Like, you're bringing Rayleigh back no matter what. You're bringing Robles back no matter what. It's not necessarily a conversation between, well, do you keep them or Demo? It's, well, what's the other corresponding move that you make? Are you more confident with your playoff team when you have someone with a little bit less defensive versatility versus someone who isn't like monumentally better at the plate, but is at least not? I think for a lot of fans, I hate having these types of conversations about players, but like an automatic out.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, but it's the reality of sports, and it's the reality of a team that is in the hunt, a team that is playing for something. You know, there are some teams out there who are done, and guys are playing for pride and playing for their jobs. But this team is playing for the division and a chance to get a bye in the playoffs. You know, so yeah, man, decisions must be made, and hopefully this is a learning opportunity for Dan. You know, because this is his first full year as a skipper in general, and you have to fail to learn. And maybe his failures when it comes to decision making will help later on throughout the season and push his guys into the playoffs. But it hurts, man, because I like Demo.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Mitch, probably a good guy. But they're not getting it done.
Well, and they're also somewhat complicated decisions to make, too. I think what Bump and I are trying to highlight is, like, in theory, you're really curious to see what Harry Ford looks like with this club. I see so many people say, why is Garver even here? Because he can catch. It's, if not maybe the second most important position that you're going to have on your team. Like, it's him being able to catch, to spell Cal Raleigh is massive. And I do think it's at least worth saying, while this isn't me campaigning that, like, Garver is infinitely or definitively better than Ford would be. What I'm saying is it is a huge adjustment to go from the minors to the majors in your first call up. Imagine not getting every day at bats. Imagine not playing every day. Imagine when, you know what I mean? Like, Cal's your everyday catcher. You've already got your DH. Ford is not going to get a lot of time. He's going to play like one day a week.
No, and that's the position that you're in. I think if there's anyone who has to or is more likely to stay in the rotation, it has to be Garver, because he's been there. He has been behind the plate. He has experience, even though we've seen him struggle today. Even is today right? Yeah, we're watching a game today. The days are just all getting blended in and stuff. We've seen him struggle as well, but that's that experience. And the thing with Harry Ford is you want to make sure that he keeps developing, and he needs those ABs. So I'm on the team of Garver probably has to stay. But with Demo, you have to find something else, because this isn't the time to experiment, to hope somebody breaks out of a slump. Like, if Julio were to go on a slump, it's different because his ceiling is so much higher than a Demo. Suarez not doing what he's been being paid to do. You can handle that because, one, the lineup is better, and he still affects the way guys pitch at him. But he's shown that he can do it. There just isn't enough on a day-to-day basis with Demo right now to keep putting him out there and putting him in that position. It's almost irresponsible, honestly. Like, if I see a player struggling, I'm not going to throw him out there and be like, all right, I need you. Go make this play. because I feel his aura. There's no aura there with Demo, and it hurts to watch him. It's like watching my kid struggle, and I know he's struggling. I know she's struggling. But this is youth sports. You got time to work through it because you're developing. This is the pros. You're a professional, and this team is in the hunt. Decisions have to be made.
Enjoying this conversation about how you're feeling about the Mariners, what you want to see them do, if anything. If you're feeling shaky, not feeling so great with a bad performance yesterday and so far today against the Orioles, or if you're feeling just fine. 866-979-3776. 425 says, well, it is a good problem to have, technically.
What is a good problem?
That your lineup is so improved and that your eyes are so set on the playoffs that you're starting to talk about, like, who helps you win in October.
Yeah. I guess I'd rather not have that problem, but yeah, I get you.
509, when does Victor come back? We know that Robles is ahead of schedule coming back here. We don't know exactly when he's going to be returning. Curtis, do we have an update on that? What's the latest?
Well, it sounds like the Mariners are going to try to get Robles the maximum amount of rehab time that you can allow for. I think it's like 50 at-bats or something. So I would look for Robles to be available closer to the start of September than right now. I know they said his rehab's way ahead of schedule, but I think they're just looking to get him just as much playing time as possible so he can hit the ground running when he's up with the big league club.
I've had a couple of people ask about September call-ups and specifically if that should be a time you consider Ford.
It's definitely within the realm of possibility for sure, because you don't have to worry about sending anybody back down at that point. But again, like there are guys worthy of being sent down, I think.
Bump. Brad in Seattle texting in saying, honestly, the only thing I care about is today. Let's finish this dang game. I did a radio edit and win it. Naylor's on second. Julio's up. Has a comment about Robles, but just the idea of this is still a winnable game for you. Are you at all concerned with the lack of offense in 2 games? I'll say 3 games. Technically, they won in game 1, but one of them shut out.
No, yeah, especially when you score 6, 7, 3 against Tampa.
When you have some good offense going and then quiet down.
Chicago, you score 8, 8, and 4. Yeah, there's a little bit of concern, but that's baseball, man. You're not going to put up those numbers every single game. As long as you are in the mix, as long as you are within striking distance, you should be all right. Right now, 5-0, you aren't within striking distance and need some things to work out for you. But hopefully that delay jacks up Baltimore the same way it did when Logan was on the mound. Where were they? Were they in Chicago?
When
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee, yeah, okay, yeah. When Logan was on the mound and they trot him back out there after the delay.
Oh, yeah, and he was cooking too.
So hopefully, we get some of that love back.
Yeah, I would absolutely love for that to happen. Ideally, maybe like good karma going their way. I say good karma knowing they won 8 in a row before they dropped yesterday's game to the Orioles. And that's the thing. I do want to hit pause, in my opinion, on people panicking or getting really down on this team. This is a very, very good team right now.
It's a little bad stretch.
Yeah, they're not elite. Not a lot of teams are right now, frankly. The Dodgers aren't. And I don't mean that as a slight bump. What I mean is that...
you already know.
Yeah, what I mean is that there are ups and downs to seasons. I can recognize the sentiment about playing up or down to your opponents and the frustration. I saw a couple of people saying it's just frustrating when a team plays down to their opponent. I get you. Totally understand. 2 things. 1, Rogers yesterday was pretty dang good. He's been pretty solid all year. And secondly... this may have changed with the Houston Astros current series, but prior to Tuesday, so heading into Tuesday, the Mariners had a better record against 500 or higher opponents than did the Astros. Did I say the Mariners did? Yeah. So the Mariners had been better against 500 plus clubs.
Yeah. Just not seeing that today.
You're definitely not seeing it today.
Past couple of days. But that's I know people hate hearing that, but it really is baseball. That is what it is. You mentioned the Dodgers dropping 3 straight now, I believe, losing to the Angels. We've seen the Yankees struggle. It's all right. Let's get through this tough patch, right? What we call the Baltimore Orioles, and to see if you can bounce back. This game isn't over, though the chances of them coming back aren't feeling too great right now. They'd have to go on a run. It's possible they can get her done. But let's get through this patch.
253, a question for you. Playing down to competition's usually a coaching thing, says the 253.
Negative.
Do you agree?
Negative.
Why do you disagree?
Not in baseball. I mean, look, I think that having Mitch and Demo in the lineup after the vibes have been so good is a bad move, and it can affect the outcome for sure. But that doesn't change Julio's approach at the plate. That doesn't change Randy. It doesn't change the pitching. The vibe of the team can feel a bit off, and I don't think guys are going to say it, but I'm pretty sure when, the skip is out there and he announces the lineup, guys are scratching their head every now and then being like, all right, well, why aren't we just rolling with, the guys who got us here? It's because of the matchups. No, it's on the player, man. And baseball's on the player. Now, in a game like football, when coaches have really control of the game, where they're calling plays and they have more influence, I can see that, coaching being a big part of that. But in baseball, nah, man. It's up to the individual that's in the batter's box to swing out the right pitches and get her done.
Also, you mentioned it's such an individual sport. Sometimes a team can be very bad with a pitcher who's playing really well. Like Rogers yesterday, sub-2 ERA. He had a better season than previously. Like, you look at it and you go, oh, you should be so much better against this team. And in theory, sure. But what happens when they've got one or two guys who can do just enough and then a great guy on the mound? Sometimes it's just a bad day for you, even if their team as a whole is not a playoff team. They're not great. Yeah. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's just they got the right guy on the mound that day.
Yeah. Players.
You nearly won yesterday.
How does Dan Wilson affect Julio's approach in the batters? Like, Julio's the one in the batter's box. It's not like there's a game plan and Julio comes to the dugout and we're reviewing film on a 3-4 defense and cover 3 on third down, and this is what we have to do. Or you're playing basketball. This is the zone that they're playing. This is how we're going to attack it.
Yeah.
No, you got the pitches that the player wants. You look at his sequencing, and it's up to the player to execute. So, no, playing down to your competition is on the players in baseball. Any other sport where there's more coach influence, yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. Someone's getting at me right now. The text line saying, "You don't know what I'm talking about, bro."
Well,
it's on the players.
Also, I think it's
and you
possible.
can't. And it is not like in 162.
Are you on a major league roster right now?
It's not like the skipper comes in and you have a motivational speech before every game. It's 162 games that you have to play.
Yeah,
it's on the player. Football, yeah, you can get riled up, be emotional for 16, 17 games. Yeah, for sure. It's an emotional game. Baseball is a different beast, man.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I disagree with that listener. I think that there are some key differences between leagues, between sports, and coaching shows up in very different ways in baseball than it does compared to football, where it has a much greater influence.
Yeah, for sure.
On the actual game itself.
What does Wyman say? You can't play harder. In baseball, you can't swing harder. Defensively, I guess you can try to make some plays that you typically don't make. But, man, it's such a skilled sport. And a speech isn't going to get a team going. A speech doesn't win the game in any sport. In football, what I learned in football, too, is that emotions can only get you through, like, the first quarter. When I played football, we would play SC tough for a quarter. We were all amped up and stuff. But at the end of the day, the bigger, faster, stronger team is going to end up winning. In baseball, man, that's why you have so many. That's why you have a guy like Naylor, who is slow as heck, but somehow finding ways to steal bases. Like, Naylor wouldn't survive on a basketball court. He wouldn't survive on a football field. It's just different type of game, different type of skill. So, no, for 162, the players got to take ownership of that.
Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one, the Mariners currently in a rain delay, losing 6-0 right now. Dropped game 2 to the Orioles yesterday in a lineup with Dylan Moore and Mitch Garver. What's the real headline?
I'd like to see Dylan less.
That's a bar.
It's fair.
That's a bar.
I'm sorry, Dylan. I am. I feel horrible when we have these types of conversations. It feels physically uncomfortable to talk about how you'd like to see a player not with a team, and then you go cover that team or go in a clubhouse and you're like, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
But I do think that this has been a really, really long stretch of struggling, and we were just talking about how close they were to winning that game yesterday. I mean, if you don't have, Dylan to Naylor, ends up being E3, but easily it could have been an error on Moore. Like, it's just a bad day. And if what you're going to bring is your glove and that versatility, then you got to bring that.
That's what he brings to the table. Exactly, right? And just this clutch plays, right? He's had his clutch moments, and you just don't feel that from him. And I feel bad for him that he's in this struggle, but at some point, you got to do what's best for the team. You know what's not going to get Demo going? A motivational speech. Sitting there. You think these guys haven't had conversations with him trying to get him in the right mind space? It's brutal out there, especially in like golf and baseball. Once you get into your head, it is a wrap for you. You got to find a way to climb out of it. Hopefully Dylan does, but I'm with you. I want to see Dylan less.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the NCAA Committee on Infractions' long-awaited ruling in the Michigan Connor Stallions advanced scouting case will be publicly announced tomorrow, Friday. What's the real headline?
If only there was a way for Michigan to know what was coming ahead of time.
You think Connor Stallion's dressed up in a suit and he's in the board meeting?
Letting her know what's
Who's that guy with
happening,
sunglasses
pre-scouting.
in here?
He's like, you guys just got the report right now. They are going to find us guilty. So there's expected to be a news conference from the NCAA itself, not just Michigan. The NCAA is holding a news conference tomorrow afternoon to detail the findings. I'm sure that we'll have an update during our show itself. They charged Michigan and numerous coaches with 11 violations, 6 of them level 1, which is the most serious.
Why do these things take so long? Like, they have the information, they've done the investigation. That just baffles me why it takes long. I'm sure they want to make sure they got everything right in line. But how long has this been? Like a year now? We've been talking about this?
More than that, I think.
Right?
It was
There's been a whole Netflix documentary about it.
It was during their national championship season
Which
we were
was
talking about it.
stolen.
Stolen
from my Washington
they clapped
Huskies.
the Huskies that night.
Because of Connor Stallions.
Blame the defensive line of Michigan
will.
on that one.
And you know what? I'm going to blame them knowing the future.
Oh, man, why does it take so long? You guys have the information. Get it done.
Maybe it's just like knowing that there are so many pretty significant violations. If they are found guilty, it's like, okay, before we take away scholarships, before we make postseason bans, before we do these pretty severe things, let's make sure we're absolutely right. I agree with you, though. It's like you would think that you're throwing this much money at an investigation.
Yeah.
Netflix has a documentary that is come and gone.
You telling me Netflix can make a documentary, but if they can't figure out what the heck they're going to do with this?
Netflix
come on,
interviewed
man.
Connor Stallions himself. Like, they sat down with him.
Oh, man.
And he was like, yep, I did it.
You know what it is, too, man? It's because it's Michigan. If it's Michigan, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Alabama, Clemson, they're going to take their pretty little time. Let it be Washington State. Like, yep, we got them. All right, they're banned. We're kicking them out. You know, it's different. It's different.
There's that old saying about college athletics where, like, as Bum mentioned, like, if it's a big program that gets in trouble, it's like the NCAA decided to punish Middle Tennessee State 10 more years because of what Alabama did.
Yes.
And it's like, Michigan's going to get out scot-free. They're going to lose a couple scholarships here or there. They're not going to get any postseason ban or anything. They're not going to have to relinquish their trophy.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I think that they should make them relinquish their trophy and give it to, like, I don't know, like the other team or like a runner-up kind of thing.
Who was that team, Stacy?
I think it was Washington, but I'm not sure.
And they would gladly accept it,
right,
too.
the Huskies can't ever win a national championship outright. They got to
take it.
They got to split it with every team.
Well, you know what? 2 half championships equals a whole championship. So what now? Next.
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, the Seahawks taking on the Chiefs tomorrow for preseason game number 2. Patrick Mahomes is among the Kansas City starters who are not expected to play. What's the real headline?
Will Sam Darnold be another starter not playing?
Didn't we hear something to say, didn't Mike say Sam Darnold's going to be out there? Starters will play?
I feel like
Did we hear that?
they haven't said they won't.
Okay.
I don't know for sure that they said. I don't remember if he was asked about it during a press conference the other day. We weren't at practice.
If I were the head coach, this is the game the starters play for a series or 2. And then let them rest for 3 weeks and get ready for the regular season. I hope so, man. I hope we see Sam Darnold. I hope we see JSN out there. I hope we see someone else on the sideline that's not a receiver with shades on so they can get on your Divas list because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I think that what you want is someone else to get on the Divas list so that you and JSN aren't the only two. Because right now you're like the co-leader in the clubhouse Diva behavior list.
I should have came in there with the shades on again.
I mean,
I got my golf
have
fit on.
golf gloves in your pocket.
Yeah, I was on the course, and then I got the call on the 10th hole, and I had to break out of that thing.
To be fair, scrambling to get here, not diva behavior. So I think you need to do parking in my spot, though. Diva behavior.
I just wanted to mess with it.
No, listen.
I hit up Curtis. Like, hey, what number is our stall again?
22.
Yeah.
Like CJ Pro size. I showed up to work, and I saw that Bump was in my spot, and I didn't know what to do, so I just parked in the guest spot.
Yeah, we kind of thought you might panic.
I did.
That.
Like, clearly she just parked in my spot, right? It's
right,
directly across from me.
That's the trade, yeah.
It's truly that thing of like, I can't improvise this. How do I move? I guess instead of parking in his spot, is I was like, well, maybe someone else was in his spot, so he parked it. Surely he didn't just pull into my parking spot, and now I'm going to panic and not know where to go. I'm sorry, Patty. I did park in the guest spot. Please don't tow my car. I forgot to let people know.
I don't think Patty's here. I think Isaiah's up there. Isaiah got
I'll
it.
let Isaiah know. Oh, Isaiah? You mean the Isaiah who opens the door and unlocks it for you so you don't have to use your card because you're a celebrity?
Oh, every time, right?
Who's this making the diva behavior list again? It's Michael Bumpus.
I'm already on it.
Taking
so
a look
I might as well continue the behavior.
around the NFL coming up next.
With roster spots on the line.
And here's Millwall rolling out to the right side and throws a dart.
We're training him like we're training Drew and Sam.
It's another important step in building the 2025 Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Corey Horton from 10 yards out.
I just feel like it's that competitive mindset that I got. I always want to compete.
Preseason game number 2, Seahawks Chiefs, Friday night. Kickoff at 7. Pregame at 5 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports on 710.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This summer, make sure your roof is ready for the season ahead with a company you can trust, like 3 Tree Roofing. We're not just your roofers, we're your neighbors, and we're here to help you protect your home this season. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free on-site estimate and get your roof replaced before the summer rush and potential material price increases. Our certified technicians make your roof replacement easy and worry-free, so you can focus on the important things this summer. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
Summer is here and Washington Energy's BOGO 40% off sale is on now. Update and enhance your home with beautiful new windows and doors expertly installed by Washington Energy Services. Save today with one of our best deals of the year. Buy one energy efficient window, get the second at 40% off. And BOGO 40% off all entry, patio, and interior doors right now. From traditional to modern home updates and with over 65 years of award-winning installations, Washington Energy is the clear choice. Call today for a free estimate.
New Harley-Davidson starting at $99 a month at Jet City Harley. 600 new Harleys in stock. Only $99 a month for a brand new Harley-Davidson at Jet City Harley. Visit jetcityharley.com.
Payments based on extra models and base color with 30% down, 84-month term, 6.99% APR with approved credit. Doesn't include freight, setup, tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Mariners.
One hopper snared at short. On a quick hop by J.P. Crawford. That guy's a magician over there at shortstop.
Seattle Sports.
Download the Seattle Sports app.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Gary Hill with you. We are in rain delay here in Baltimore. Mariners trailing 5-0 to the Orioles. We're in the 6th inning. We had some initial optimism that things would get going rather quickly. They just got finished working on the field. The field looked ready to go. Unfortunately, some dark, heavy, ominous clouds and now some lightning overhead. So they have retarped the field, and it sounds like there is another system moving in. So we are going to be here for a while longer in rain delay as we're expecting another system to move through, and the rain will start at some point soon. So that's the update here from Baltimore. Still 5-0 in the 6th inning. Hopefully we'll get this thing going sooner rather than later, but we'll have another update in about 30 minutes from right now. Until then, we'll send you back to rain delay programming.
Everyone always asks me, what were your top reasons for choosing Advanced Hair? Well, allow me to share, along with some details, on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. Okay, first off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and I'm living proof those results are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that blew away my expectations. And lastly, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. It is quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for that special savings opportunity, well, it's here. Advanced Hair's Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details to schedule your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Dave Wyman here, and since I stopped playing football, we've been fortunate to live in the same house for over 20 years. That type of longevity is a good thing, except 20 years in the same house means a lot of things start to break. Most recently, it's our windows. Virtually every seal has broken, and that's why I reached out to Harley Exteriors. Chris and Ray came out to the house, and I could instantly tell we'd get along great, and I'd want to do business with them. They're local, they're huge fans of our teams, and big listeners to the station. Better yet, they have the best product. Olympic Series windows offered exclusively through Harley Exteriors are manufactured right here in Washington and designed for our Pacific Northwest homes and climate. That means cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. Look up Harley Exteriors for your window replacement. In August, Harley Exteriors is offering 50% off basic installation, no payments for 1 year, and an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking a look around the NFL, we are going to start in Cleveland. We got news Shedeur Sanders will miss this week's preseason game with an oblique injury. Head coach Kevin Stefanski was asked about his rookie quarterback status going forward.
Early, I think warming up, and then felt it throughout individuals, so took a look at it. If it's a right guard, you can play through that. When it's a quarterback, you kind of need that muscle to throw. So unfortunately, going to put him down for a little bit here. We'll treat it day to day and see how he responds, but want to be smart because he's a thrower.
I saw a column yesterday about whether or not this oblique injury has cost Shedeur the starting job, but consider that Shedeur was back to being the fourth quarterback on the depth chart in camp prior to getting injured in practice.
He was fourth in the depth chart with two players injured in front of him. No, he's in the same position he was going to be in, but this at least gives Dylan Gabriel a chance to go out there and prove himself. If he doesn't go out there and look anywhere near Shedeur Sanders look, then I think you got to have a real conversation. I still believe Joe Flacco is going to be the guy when it comes to week one. But eventually, man, you got to get some of these rookies out there and let them sink or swim, because you need to figure out what you're doing at the quarterback position. You will win 4 games this year, Cleveland, and you will have a top 10 pick again. Are you going to use that on a quarterback, or have you found your guy already? You can go a different direction. We'll see what Dylan Gabriel does. I'm excited to see him, though, because they did have him evaluated higher than Shedeur Sanders, either because of his play or because of the extra baggage he did not bring with him with Deion Sanders. But either way, I think competition should sort it all out.
Bills GM Brandon Beane was asked how things turned in a positive direction with his team's contract negotiations with Pro Bowl running back James Cook.
We tried to get something done in the spring when we were doing the other guys. It didn't work. We pushed pause and just said, we'll see if we can circle back later in the summer. So we started talks again once camp got started. And, he started practicing. Those guys, maybe they didn't feel like it was, where they wanted it to be, which, was unfortunate. But we wanted him to continue practicing. And so we kind of pushed pause until we were able to get him back on the practice field yesterday. And then once we did that, I give Zach Hiller and Kevin Meegank on my staff a lot of credit. They worked into the night last night night to try and get this thing to the finish line, and we're excited it's here. So to answer your question, no, it was not known that this would get done. You know, I wanted to see James get rewarded, but as you see, we've doled out a lot of cash this year, and we've got to make a lot of things fit with the cap and what those constraints are. And he obviously had to have a deal that he was happy about, and sometimes those can be hard.
What a relief for the Bills that this did get done, and credit to their front office for making that work late into the night. Very difficult job that I don't envy in any way. I think that this is a player who in general is going to be overlooked when you're not the centerpiece of an offense. In Buffalo's case, it's obviously going to be Josh Allen, but he's so integral to what they're able to do.
Yeah, he's big in the run game. 16 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing or receiving touchdowns, I should say, 18 overall. Yeah, Josh Allen is the centerpiece to this offense, but he needs his weapons. He needs to have the threat to run the football and throw that thing. Glad he got it done, and I think he handled it properly. He showed up for a little bit. Nothing was, no deals were made, so you sit down for a little bit. A deal is done. You show back up. It worked out for him. Him and Kyron Williams are the two I was most concerned about because we know running backs are devalued in this league. The shelf life isn't very long, so good for him.
I saw the craziest text the other day where someone was lamenting that a running back, you'd be paying a running back in his mid-20s, and I was like, wait, what? This number keeps going low. Yeah. It's one thing when we're talking about, well, he's on the wrong side of 30. Totally fair. Statistically, you are likely to drop off as a player after 30. Does it mean every player does? Absolutely not. Is it more likely for running backs as opposed to other positions? Absolutely. Talking about a 25-year-old running back, you're still in a rookie deal, or maybe just leaving it. What do you mean mid-20s?
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
You're like,
that's disrespectful.
What are you talking about? If the average age of your roster is like 24, you've got one of the youngest rosters in the league. All right, we're keeping it moving. Want a scorching hot take about the Rams quarterback situation? Of course you do. ESPN NFL analyst Andrew Hawkins has you covered.
Dan, you ready for this? I think the Rams should explore trading Matthew Stafford.
What?
With Cooper Kupp gone, for me, this puts the Rams further away from a Super Bowl appearance. And for Matthew Stafford, yes, he's top 5 quarterback in the NFL, 37 years old. He's going to be as valuable as he's ever going to be at this point. I think you explore getting a king's ransom from one of these quarterback-needy teams that aren't in position to get one in the draft.
Rams should explore trading Stafford. Why wouldn't you? What with the ability to win your division?
Well, they have Devontae Adams. Did he forget about that?
What are you talking about? Sometimes I swear I like Andrew Hawkins. Sometimes I think that just maybe as media, as people, as fans, we have hot takes sometimes to be like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds hot. I'm going to say that one.
I'm trying to find a quarterback-needy team that is a quarterback away from being a contender. I'm looking. I cannot find that team. I can't find them. The Colts need a quarterback, I guess. They're not.
Their roster's not very
now.
good.
Yeah,
Right.
That doesn't make sense. The Rams would be the opposite, where if Matthew Stafford
I don't see that team. I don't see that team that he's talking
The
about.
Jets,
He's talking
maybe?
about the Rams. He's talking about if a team was in the exact same position as the Rams, that team should trade for Stafford.
No, I think he had a epiphany 5 seconds before the segment started and said, you know what?
Who among us?
I'm going to do it.
What they
Look,
said
that's today's show.
We need you to do it. We need you to come with a hot take today.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, but we need something that people are going to click on. And he's like, in the commercial, like, okay, I got it.
We all do it. We all do it. And you don't have to be like a member of the media to have done this before. All of you have had a moment where you've thought something to yourself and you've been talking to friends and they just stop you and go, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what do you mean?
I've never had that
It sounded
moment.
really smart. That's false.
Never had it.
That's false.
Never
What's
had
your
it.
worst
Point it
sports
out.
opinion you've ever had?
Never had it. I don't have bad sports opinions.
No, I'll think of one. Just give it a minute. I'll try to remember. I've had a lot. I've had a lot of bad ones, but I admit them. Men.
So admit one.
I didn't think Geno Smith would be that good. I did think he'd be the starter though, and I was early to that.
All
if
right,
I do say so myself.
So you're gonna
But I
give
thought
yourself
he'd
a
be very
bad take, but
I thought he'd be very bad. But I was right about that. But I was wrong about how bad. I thought that offense would be one of the worst Seahawks offenses we'd see. In camp, they looked not awful, but nothing about them was spectacular. Nothing about them was eye-catching. Nothing was exciting. That 2022 offense in camp, I remember talking to other reporters going, they were like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah, y'all were
like
wrong.
reporters in camp watching were like, I'm not impressed with anything.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
And
I wasn't.
bump.
I was on the Geno train from jump.
Michael
People were
Bumpus.
on my head on this text
Saying
line.
that Geno would be great, that he'd become back
Who
player
said
of
he'd
the
be
year.
great?
No one.
He's not great. He's never been great. I said he'd be good. I didn't say be great.
I thought he was not like elite, but he was pretty good. You thought he'd be pretty good.
I thought they win 9 or 10 games.
What's something you were wrong about?
I erased those thoughts. I erased those.
Next up, ESPN's Dan Graziano, or as they say in Italian, Curtis.
Graziano.
Was asked about where the Micah Parsons situation currently stands.
I don't think there's been any movement on that front at all. I think the Cowboys are dug in on their position, which is they thought they had a deal agreed to in the spring. And if he wants to take that deal, awesome. They're happy to do it. They feel like it was more than fair. And if he doesn't, he's under contract. They can franchise him in 26. They can franchise him in 27. They've done it before. Dak Prescott played on a franchise tag and was set to play on a second one when they got a last-minute deal done. So I think my sense of it is the Cowboys feel like he knows what we're willing to do. It's up to him whether he wants to say yes or play this thing out.
Ask whether he thinks Micah Parsons will play in week 1.
Yes, because look, he's going to make $21 million this year if he does nothing, right? Like that's the fifth-year option number. So 21, 22, whatever it is. Yeah, you giving up 1/18 of that to make this point?
But he doesn't have to give it up. He's got a back injury.
Well, that's true. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he can pass a team physical, I mean, I guess that's always the push-pull on that. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if he wants to play it out like that, that could change the Cowboys' mind. Maybe he's calling their bluff as much as they're calling his. But this is a situation where it's about who blinks first, and the Cowboys feel like they hold more cards.
I'll ask you the same question Dan was. Do you think Micah Parsons will play week 1?
I think so. $21 million? You gonna leave that on the table? If we haven't learned anything from Le'Veon Bell besides his fantastic tweets he puts out there, you don't leave that money on the table. Man, he left $14 million on the table, and you come back and he wasn't the same. I understand it's a different position, but that's $21 million. I think he plays week 1 regardless.
Shannon Dreher joining us, talking Mariners at 1, 20 minutes from now. Before we get to that, we just heard a seriously hot take from Andrew Hawkins. Let's have our seriously hot takes for the Hawks coming up next.
It's another important step in building the 2025 Seahawks.
The guys are on it. The intent's there.
Preseason game number 2. Seahawks, Chiefs, tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7. Pregame at 5. Meanwhile, the Mariners and Mets duel in the opener of a critical 3-game series in New York. Stay connected to the M's push for the playoffs on the Seattle Sports app. The Seattle Sports app lets you listen to both.
Holy catfish!
The home of the Mariners and the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, Viagra is not the answer for your problem. I know you think it is, but Viagra has horrible side effects, and for most men, the longer you're on it, the less it works. Viagra is not a curative medication. It's not fixing your problem. It's a Band-Aid for a shark bite. Acoustic wave therapy is the newest technology that can correct your problem, not just treat it. We can do something that no pill can do. We can restore your blood flow naturally. Get off Viagra today. Change your life like the thousands of men who already have, regardless of your age or your medical history. If you're tired of dealing with Peyronie's disease or erectile dysfunction, then call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Do you have a car you want to sell, but you just don't want to go through all the hassle? With all the scams and security risks out there, more and more people just aren't comfortable selling their own car. So how do you get the most money for your used car without having to sell it yourself? Stacy here with the answer. It's Wayscar Ford in Auburn. Not only will they purchase your car and pay you right up front for it, but it gets way better. Once they resell your old car, they share half that profit with you. The question I get most from friends and colleagues is, well, what's the catch? How can they offer this? It's actually super simple. All the money they save by not traveling to buy cars at auctions, like purchase fees, shipping, and travel expenses, is what allows them to offer this. They'd rather share that money they save with you rather than outside vendors. They encourage you to shop around, but look, if Wayscar Ford can pay the same or more as competitors and then share half their profit with you once they resell your car, why would you sell your car anywhere else? They've already shared over $800,000 with their customers, and it's only at Wayscar Ford. WayscarFord.com. Check them out today, WayscarFord.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
It's back to school time again, and parents are pretty stressed out.
Can you blame us? The supply list, the sign-ups, the scheduling.
At least haircuts are easy at Great Clips.
It's true. With the Great Clips app, I checked him in before we left home, so we were in and out in no time.
I got a great haircut, and Mom got to check something off the to-do list. She really loves that.
Back to school can be a lot, but haircuts are easy at Great Clips. Download the app today.
Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right. Andrew Hawkins had a seriously hot take about the Rams. His take was that they should trade Matthew Stafford. So we're going to make our seriously hot take for the Hawks. This serves two purposes. One, I love a hot take. It can be really, really fun. And I think it lets us explore a couple different potential outcomes when it comes to this team, all positive. And that's fun. Secondly, it allows you to be wrong about something. You said that you don't remember times when you've been wrong. You cannot remember a single time you were wrong about something because you erased those from your memory. So I'm trying to maybe do something where on air I have record of it.
You said a bad take.
Well, look, these takes are either going to be awful or great. You can't have a hot take that's fine.
That's
Your
true.
hot take, I don't want to hear a single person text in and say, my seriously hot hawk take is that Zach Charbonnet is going to get 600 yards. No. I want to hear you say Zach Charbonnet is going to get 1,000 yards. That's a seriously hot take.
Say it with your chest.
Hawk take. I'm going to stumble over this a couple times. Do you have one ready? Or do you
Yeah.
want, okay, what is it? Oh, if you guys want to send yours in, sorry. 866-979-3776.
The Seahawks have had 2 seasons where 2 different players each gained 1,000 receiving yards in the same season. 1995, Joey Galloway and Brian Blades. 2020, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. 2025 will be the 3rd time they have 2 receivers with 1,000 yards. JSN and the old man Cooper Kupp. It's going to go down. And I believe that because of the run game, because I believe the play action is going to be vital. I believe that linebackers and safeties will be influenced, and Sam Darnold will see receivers running down the middle of the field butt naked on a Sunday, and he will connect with those receivers often, and those receivers will be JSN and Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp over 1,000 yards?
G-ball.
Wow. Okay,
G-ball.
that's a seriously hot hawk take. I appreciate it. I'm receiving it. I like that take. 866-979-3776. Let's see. Oh, someone said they do remember a conversation in which you trash decorative pillows.
Yeah,
Maybe that to them was
dumb.
a bad take.
They're dumb. They're unnecessary.
Curtis, do you have one?
My hawk take, I think this Seahawks team gets off to a pretty good start because I'm looking at their schedule. No,
Okay,
not
he's
it.
getting to it. He's getting, let him cook.
I don't just come out and say it. We got a story to write here, folks.
Okay.
Also, we're in a rain delay, so we got time to kill. All right, they get off to a good start. And the thing that I have noticed about the Seahawks schedule this season is that it's not exactly tough. Like, they've got some pretty winnable games all throughout. There are a couple of tough stretches, but for the most part, it is in working in their favor. I think it comes down to Week 18. Seahawks have a chance to win the NFC West.
Ooh.
Oh, so yours is a seriously hot hawk and a
it's-
seriously specific hawk take.
Yeah, and I think that Seahawks 49ers game could be for the division.
Nice.
I think the Seahawks have a first-team All-Pro. And I think the Seahawks finish as...
Who? Who is it going to be?
What if it's Reek Woolen?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your take.
As first-team All-Pro?
Devin Witherspoon.
Spoon?
Yeah. I think that he ups
Okay.
those interception numbers this year. I think that it wasn't specifically for the defensive backs. In fact, if anything, it was their defensive linemen. But Mike McDonald's Baltimore defense in 2023, right, is like his second year there, ended up leading the league in sacks. But I mentioned that number because they became the best pass defense in football. So I think that Devin Witherspoon ends up taking advantage of it and gets like 6 interceptions.
Okay. That would be great.
Yeah.
I think he has it in him, right? We believe in Spoon. He can get that done. Yeah, I would like that. I like that take. Does Matthew have one?
Matt's looking.
This is not Matt's day, guys.
No.
Like,
Okay, let me get to the text
My
line.
hot take is leave me alone.
Oh, God. 866-979-3776. Your seriously hot hawk take. My hot hawk take, says the 360, is that Milroe will take over the starting quarterback position in Week 3 and lead the Seahawks to a Super Bowl victory with an MVP season. Listen, that's
scorching,
beyond
sizzling.
hot. That's kind of like, you know, when they bring you a plate at restaurants and they tell you not to touch it and they
that's-
like smack your hands
that's
away.
fajita.
That's fajita. That's like a sizzling fajita tray where it's like, it's appetizing, it's intriguing, but it feels dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you have, well, I shouldn't say fajitas feel dangerous. These are the things I say when you guys tell me that I'm not excited. Fajitas, you know what I don't like ordering fajitas? Because they bring a lot of attention to you at restaurants.
You don't like the attention?
No, I know in
Get outta
theory.
here.
No, in theory I do like the attention, but there's something about it that always feels like, okay, fajita is the number one thing I want on the menu, but then it's like, here comes the girl that ordered the fajitas. The plate's like going through the restaurant, like over here, and everyone's looking at you, and you're like making a scene. So I don't like ordering them for that reason. It makes me uncomfortable.
But do you like fajitas?
I love fajitas, but I have social anxiety.
So you only eat fajitas at home then?
I don't know how to make fajitas at home. I like fajitas from Mexican restaurants. It's what I want to order at the restaurant. I don't like how aggressively they sizzle when they bring them over to you. It makes me nervous and it makes me feel self-conscious.
Next time we go to lunch or dinner, I'm ordering fajitas for you.
For the table, we all order fajitas, and they're just bringing over. Everyone in the restaurant's turning. It just makes me nervous. Let's get a couple more here. 866-979-3776. This person predicts that in LeBron fashion, the Hawks defense will be not just top 10, not just top 5, but number 1 defense by the end of the year.
Number 1, son. That would be awesome. If they're having the number 1 defense, they're winning the division.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hot Hawk take. This is harder than I thought for me to say. Byron Murphy enters the chat and leads the team in sacks at the end of the year. In sacks.
When's the last time interior defensive lineman led the league in sacks?
Jaron Reed is an interior.
Well, Aaron Donald, I think, had like 20-something at one point, but that's Aaron Donald. That's pretty dang good.
As an interior lineman with Seattle, Jaron Reed had 10 or 10 and a half in 2018, I want to say. And that was a big story as an interior lineman being able to do that. And it was on a team that had Frank Clark getting 14. So you were able to get Clark double teamed, free up some of that attention. You'd need, if he was going to get double-digit sacks, you'd need like 2. Derek Hall's having a crazy year. Boye Mafe is having a crazy year.
Cortez Kennedy in 92 had 14 as a defensive tackle. I think that was the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, too.
We are going to jump back to the Mariners here, asking Shannon Dreyer not just about this club, our eyes on things moving forward, potential roster moves, but also obviously on the latest with the rain delay. It's coming your way next.
It's another important step in building the 2025 Seahawks.
The guys are on it. The intent's there.
Preseason game number 2. Seahawks, Chiefs, tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7. Pregame at 5. Meanwhile, the Mariners and Mets duel in the opener of a critical 3-game series in New York. Stay connected to the M's push for the playoffs on the Seattle Sports app. The Seattle Sports app lets you listen to both.
Holy catfish!
The home of the Mariners and the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Hello. Welcome to the Lee Johnson Auto Family. This is King. This organization's a special one. They call it the Lee Johnson Auto Family, and it's not just a name, it's not just some cliche. They foster an environment for us to become a family, to work together, to really become close, and they show us in a lot of different ways that they do value us. Is it perfect? No place is. But I've been very thankful to be here in the almost 10 years and have every plan to stay here for a lot longer and just watch it continue to grow.
He's fun and professional, which explains why so many people visiting Lee Johnson Kia ask for him by name. The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
We at 3 Tree Roofing understand that your home is your castle. That's why our certified technicians use state-of-the-art installation methods to deliver the highest warranties available. Check out our hundreds of online reviews and schedule a free estimate to see for yourself. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Welcome back to Baltimore. We're still in a rain delay. Mariners and Orioles. We're in the 6th inning. Mariners trailing 5-0. Mariners at bat as we are currently waiting for a system to roll through. The good news, though, is after the system rolls through, I'll read the quote because I really like it. After this moves off, the atmosphere should stabilize and remain clear for the remainder of the afternoon. So we are just waiting for the atmosphere to stabilize at this point, and then we should have baseball. So we're not exactly sure of the timing as of yet, but hopefully sooner rather than later. In the meantime, let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
This is Mariners Baseball on Seattle Sports.
Take every game with you on the go by downloading the Seattle Sports app.
710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma, the home of the Mariners.
So we are still in rain delay. We'll send you back to rain delay programming for now.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-298-7906. 800-298-7906.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Well, we've got our eyes on a rain delay in Baltimore. The Mariners and Orioles have suspended play. Right now, Orioles up 5-0. We've got technically 1 on, 1 out for Seattle with Julio Rodriguez at bat. We'll bring on Shannon Dreyer in just a couple seconds and ask her when play will be resumed.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Joining us right now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline, it's Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer. Shannon, I know you don't have an answer exactly on when the Mariners are going to resume play, but set the scene for us in Baltimore. How's it looking?
It's still raining. It's not coming down as hard as it was, say, 15 minutes ago, but it sounds like there is still part of the system that needs to come through. So we don't see any groundskeepers on the field right now. Everybody has been pulled indoors. We don't have as much lightning as we had last night, which was good, but I think we are still a good ways away from this one. And then again, they're going to have to get the field ready, get the pitchers warmed up. It's going to be a little while.
Shannon, what are these guys doing during this rain delay? But most importantly, what do you do during the rain delay?
I'm trying to catch up on a post that I was writing, but there's also a lot of socializing that goes on. We see some familiar faces that we've crossed paths with over the time, and everybody's coming into each other's booths asking, what do you know? When do you think we'll get this going? And downstairs, I think it looks probably a lot like I've not been in a clubhouse during a rain delay before, but it looks a lot like it does pregame, say on a Sunday day game. Got a lot of guys. Cards are big with this Mariners club. You've probably got some guys listening to music, some other guys trying to stay loose and just wait things out right now. It was a really interesting scene to see both of the managers out in the field about a half hour ago, and it had stopped raining at that point, and they actually pulled the tarp off the field, and they put a lot of diamond dry down on the infield because it just everything that is dirt covered was nothing but mud at that point, but you could tell that it was drying, and you could also tell that the opposing manager, Manzolino, just, he was trying to talk the umpire and Dan Wilson into perhaps, do we really need to finish this game? It is an official game.
I mean,
we're going to be here for a while. And he went to, he was over at third base looking at things, and he walked Dan over to home plate. You could also see, I think he was being kind of good-natured about it. I don't think he thought there was a good chance that Dan was ready to call it quits on this one. The Orioles bullpen is not great. That they could have a shot against them if this resumes, but every game counts right now. So I don't think Dan's going to go out there and give up innings. I can tell you it was eerily reminiscent of something that happened many years ago. It was the first week of the season. The team was in Oakland, and this time there was no rain, but we were sitting up in the press box, and all of a sudden I saw both managers and an umpire walk to second base. Perfectly blue skies, sunny, beautiful in Oakland. You rarely saw a cloud in Oakland. And we were all watching them, and I turned to the person next to me, and I'm like, they're going to call this game. They are going to call this game. And there was no rain, and they called the game. It was a rain out with no rain. And what had happened was the night before it rained, and they didn't get the field covered in time. Like overnight it rained.
No.
And it was too swampy around second base and shortstop. So the next day they had to play two.
See, I thought you were going to tell this story, and it was going to be like when dogs see ghosts, and they could just tell that like rain was coming, and they just had another sense for it. I wanted to talk about the offense for this series. It was the most common response we saw from listeners when we came back in for rain delay programming. What have you made of Seattle's bats?
They've been quiet.
Yep. Yes.
It's not been a good start to this road trip offensively. I think we've seen some good pitching, particularly from George Kirby, but the offense, not as much. And I will say this, Kramer is a pitcher that has given them problems and has some good numbers. Yesterday was a lefty. They hadn't seen a lefty in a long time. That was one that I was a little bit nervous about. And you know that you're going to see a different lineup when you are facing a lefty. So despite where the Orioles are, they had their best starters going for them and the ones that could be most problematic to the Mariners. That said, they still had a bullpen, which is just a mismatch, especially after the deadline right now, that you should be able to capitalize on. So I think the trick would be to get the starters, if they are giving you problems, out early. That didn't necessarily happen. You did mount a comeback last night against the bullpen, but, kind of tough what we have seen so far early on with the lineup. And it's the first time, really, it hasn't been as consistent. In the homestands since the deadline, we've basically seen the same lineup every day except for one, I believe, in that streak. And you're going to have to give guys days off. We're getting very close to the time where it is, it's a full-on push towards the end, and that's something Justin Hollander was on the pregame show with us, and he talked about that, and you put pedal to the metal and full throttle and you go. Your catcher is always going to need rest, especially when you are going through things like the weather that is here. And if you've been watching these games on TV, I've been shocked at how the uniforms are a different color before the game even begins because it's that humid here, and that could be a tough thing. But this was the first time that they didn't have the same lineup that they had been running out the entire time. You had the off days, so I think momentum was broken a little bit on top of everything else, and it's all added up to not the best offensive performance the last couple of days.
Hey, Shannon, how obviously Suarez hasn't been the guy that he's been in the past. I'm not worried about him. Have you seen any change in his routine? What are you seeing in his swing? Just a breakdown of Suarez and his play so far.
Not really, and he has always been streaky. And, that should bode well that it's going to swing back the other way. I do like he hit a ball very hard last night. He had a walk last night. I don't make picks to click, but I kind of was thinking that he might be getting close today pregame. We haven't seen that as of yet. There's adjustment that is always made anytime you go from one city to another, even if it is very comfortable and familiar to you. So I think that these are things that you are going to see with Gino. You've seen it throughout his career. We saw it when he was first here. There can be readjusting to routines and new coaches and whatnot, but I think this is pretty much typically, and I think also with him a little bit, we have seen the strikeouts go up with him since he's come back, so I suspect, even though he said when he first got here, look, I'm not coming here to be Superman. I'm coming here to help this offense in what I do. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was, particularly early on, maybe a little bit of over-anxiousness about getting off to a good start and helping the team and being that guy. I think he'll probably settle in and realize you don't have to be with this lineup if he hasn't already. And, I think he is going to be okay.
We've gotten a lot of questions with the frustration that some fans have had with, let's say, Garver about whether or not Harry Ford should be called up. Rather than asking you just outright what you think, Shannon, what are some of the considerations that the team has to make there? For instance, I guess I'm asking about just the pros and cons and the difficulties and the reality of calling up Harry Ford.
Well, if you were going to do that, you would do that earlier in the season. And you take a look at the adjustments that Ben Williamson and Cole Young had to make. And what Cole Young is doing right now is the exception to the norm. The norm is a young player comes up and struggles, and they have to be able to handle it. And this is a player that would have to come up and not only try and be who he is offensively, but also handle a pitching staff that he has not handled on a regular basis, and also have to survive the ups and the downs that come with that, and do it at the most high intensity of a season with a team that is pushing for a postseason. Now is not the time to do that to a young player. The chances are very good that if any young player were to come up today, they are going to struggle offensively because this is the big leagues and this is what we have seen young hitter after young hitter do. And that takes a toll on a player mentally. Throw in the catching duties and the responsibility of handling a staff and the pressure of you've got to win the game that you are in right now, and all the things that he doesn't know. As tough as it is sometimes to see some of the offensive performance, Mitch Garver has seen exponential more big league baseball than Harry Ford has. Everything that Harry Ford would see at this point would be brand new. Now, if the team were out of it, yeah. That's a time when a young player can come up and learn. But he has got to learn more than any young player. And I think that, and then also try and keep an offense going when he's playing maybe 2 days a week. And this is a good prospect that you don't want to hurt. And those are the things that can damage a prospect. Now, all of that said, if there were an injury tomorrow, and I would think that they would probably look to see, if there is any way to get a more veteran catcher in, because let's not forget, we're talking about a backup catcher right now. He's not going to play very much. And backup catchers by nature are not going to put up a lot of offense, and a lot of them are not great defensively. That's why they are backup catchers.
Shannon,
so I'm not sure you want to treat Harry Ford that way.
Yeah, I'm with you. Shannon, what will the additions of Robles and Raley do to this lineup and for this lineup?
Well, they're going to give Dan Wilson a lot of options. And I think the right-handed bat in particular was something it would have been good to see another one added. and Robles will fill that role nicely. I think defensively he can help out quite a bit. I don't know if he goes into a straight platoon out in left field, or I'm sorry, out in right field with Dom Canzone or not. I mean, Dom Canzone is doing well playing every day right now, but that option will be there. That option for him to be a defensive replacement at any position in the outfield will be there. I think the tricky thing will be is that if you bring him up and he has all these at-bats and is hitting the ball well, you're going to want to keep him going. So there's going to be a bit of a balancing act that is going on when he comes up, but you can use that bat, be it him or be it whoever he is replacing on the bench. And then Luke Raley, it's a little bit of a tougher fit being left-handed, but Luke Raley in the second half last year was one of the Mariners' top offensive players. So if you have that back, now that he is healthy, then that is somebody that obviously you can go to in situations that is going to improve what you're doing. What, at a minimum, what those players will do in giving the options that they give is give Dan Wilson a much more potential for production from the bench. But I suspect in Robles' case, you'll see more of him.
I don't mean to look past this series finale. It is delayed, not canceled, so we'll see if it resumes play a bit later. That being said, I am looking ahead a little bit to the Mets and Phillies. Is there anything in particular, Shannon, you're especially curious to track during the rest of this road trip?
Well, you want to see him get on the right track offensively.
Right.
Yeah, we just haven't seen that yet. I would like to not be tracking weather on this trip.
Ideally.
I think we could still be tracking weather on this trip, but we're going to see some interesting things. And I think, the most important thing at this point is to really get some confidence in what you have got with the pitching. Get that bullpen a little bit sorted out. You're going to see Bryce Miller, it sounds like, on this road trip. And I'm really, really interested to see what he is, because I think that this is going to be the first time that he is fully healthy this year. And I know there have been stops and starts, and I was really pessimistic about him coming back until I had the opportunity to talk with him more recently. And I think the problems that he has been dealing with are behind him. And it doesn't mean that he won't have to have the elbow addressed at some point, but what we're seeing from him and what we're hearing from him, very different from before. And just as Luke Raley was one of the best players on the team, one of the best hitters on the team in the second half, Bryce Miller was fantastic, not just the second half, but the last 3.5 months. And so if he is that, I think that solves a lot of problems for you in pitching. And then starting in particular, and then you can turn your focus a little bit more to the bullpen, which one of the answers might be at some point one of the starters there. So it's going to start, you're going to start taking a closer look at how does this line up in the postseason. Obviously, you've got to get there first, but I like the progress that we have seen from George Kirby. I like what Luis Castillo has been all year. Need to see a little bit more from Logan Gilbert. Need to see that extra inning. And Bryce, for me, I think it just that's going to be what I'm focused on most is what he looks like in his first few starts.
Hey, Shannon, this one's from the text line. Any issue or problem with the way how handled Gilbert last night? What he threw, 80-something pitches?
Yeah, we talked a bit about that on the post-game show. And Ryan Rowland-Smith, I'm going to defer to him because he's the former pitcher, took a look at the situation that Logan was in. And then some of the things that we heard after, I think, will play into it a little bit as well. But he said that he saw a lot of frustration in Logan when he gave up the home run and that things were starting to snowball on him a little bit. And we did see the hard contact in that situation. And so I think at that point, Dan Wilson was making a choice between who he thought at that point of the game would be better, the fresh arm coming out of the pen or where Logan was at that time. And Ryan had no problem with the move. I was kind of questioning it a little bit, but it also sounded like after the game, Logan said that he could not go to a splitter, that, environmentally that was kind of having an effect on the baseball. And then he said, and some other things too. And I suspect he was working primarily with 2 pitches last night. And if that was the case at where they were in the lineup and going through again in the lineup, a third time right there, and they were on him, and unfortunately he left a couple of balls right in the middle of the plate, and it almost looked like he was challenging at that point with a fastball. perhaps it was better to give them a different look at that point. So pitch count-wise, I think Logan could have gone back out there, but I'm not sure he had all of his weapons available to him. And I kind of buy a little bit of what Ryan Rowland-Smith was saying, too, and what he saw. So I can give you a kind of sort of, yeah, I understand it.
Yeah. Can I ask a quick I'm sorry to keep you late, but just like a very, very quick clarifying
I'm not going
question.
anywhere, Stacy.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're stuck there. We'll get you out of here after this. But
Still a tarp on the field.
A quick clarifying question on Logan mentioning the limitation of being down to 2 pitches. I know there's the natural fatigue of obviously just getting to that point in the game, and sometimes with the heat, your hands sweaty, and I understand all of that. Given the injury he was dealing with earlier, in the back of my mind, that's always just kind of a lingering concern. Is this general fatigue and environment, or to you, is there something Logan's dealing with? Okay.
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was. I suspect, and I don't know, was he perhaps dealing? He wasn't getting a good grip on the baseball, and I did not have a chance to ask him today. So the question would be, was there a finger blister or something like that? Was there a nail? Was there just the wording that he had there? It just kind of had me thinking that maybe it's a little bit more. But regardless of that, we also heard from George Kirby. He had a problem with the grip on the baseball as well.
Okay.
And Logan was even more extreme in his limiting his pitch usage to just the fastball and the slider. So I think perhaps a little bit more. I think it was more outside factors. Injury concern and even fatigue was not a concern of mine last night.
Good context. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Shannon. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Shannon.
You got it.
All right, quickly, let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, what can we actually learn about the offense? If we do see the starters on Friday, presumably we will.
Samuel.
Well, I don't know how many starters, but we'll see Sam.
We'll learn about Samuel. That's what everyone wants to see, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why we are here. That's why we're going to show up. Well, I got to work on Friday, so I'll be there for sure. But people want to see what Sam looks like. What can we learn? Just how quickly he can process some things, right? This offense is supposed to be similar to the one that he ran over there with the Vikings. Can he just keep the good times rolling? I expect him to throw at least, 4 or 5 passes. And we took a lot from like a Cam Ward who threw 6 passes, right? And I think we took from him that his decision-making was on point. The guy has a rocket of an arm. With Sam Darnold, I want to see a play action. I want to see a quick game. I want to see a ball thrown down the field. Just how comfortable he is being that guy. Yes, it's a preseason game. You'll probably only see him for a little bit, but we will learn how comfortable Sam is running this offense.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who the guys. We know that technically starters will play. I think McDonald hinted yesterday, I'm looking at his transcript, that a couple, we're still figuring out a couple guys may not. I'm like, does that mean a Cooper Kupp? I need to see if there's a clarifying question about some of the older veterans. All right, second down. Who's a backup quarterback you want to see this weekend?
Joe Milton. Remember Joe Milton?
Yeah, do I remember Joe Milton? Big Arm Joe?
Tearing it up last year. Played one game. Was 22 of 29, 75% completion rate, 1 touchdown, and people were losing their minds off of Joe Milton. People here in Seattle were saying, bring him to Seattle. Yeah. We want him. Guess what? We got our own version of Joe, an athletic quarterback that has a nice arm over here in Milrow. But no, I want to see what he looks like. He's with the Dallas Cowboys now, I believe. And this is all about the backups during the preseason. Unless you have a new quarterback in your organization like Sam is here, it's about the backup quarterback because they're going to get the bulk of the reps. So I just want to see Joe. I want to see what Joe looks like. Can he continue to have that magic? And I want to see Dylan Gabriel. I want to see if he can apply some pressure to Shedeur Sanders. I hope he does because I think QB competition is always great. But my focus this weekend, Joe Milton, Dylan Gabriel.
Third down. What formation do you think the 12s will see a lot on Friday and why?
So you're going to see a lot of ace tight is what I call it in my offense. So that's 2x2 receivers when they're stacked close to the tackles. And you're going to see some trips bunch tight. So same thing, you got 3 receivers to the right or left tight to the formation. And why are you going to see that? Because it's a running formation and a passing formation. It's going to get receivers on linebackers on safeties quickly. That's how you're going to set up the run, and then it allows them to expand and get some width and layer up the route and combination. So when you do that, you got those guys close, nice, bunched up together. It helps the run game, and it helps the pass game. And I think we're going to see a lot of that studying Kubiak's offense and what he likes to do.
Fourth down. Seahawks taking on the Chiefs tomorrow for preseason game 2. Looking in your crystal ball, who will be the player of the game?
All right, so I'm not going to go offense. I know the starters might be out there. I'm not going to go Sam Darnold. I'm going with the guy who's been making some noise in training camp, and his name is Patrick O'Connell. I think Patrick O'Connell is going to have 10 to 12 tackles. He's going to have a pass breakup. He'll have a tackle for loss, and he's going to make some plays on special teams. He's going to get a lot of burn tomorrow. Dave Wyman likes him. Steve Rabel likes him. So if they like him, I love him. Patrick O'Connell, young man out of Montana, is going to do his thing tomorrow and be the player of the game.
Love that. Absolutely love that for him. I'm very curious about those.
Guys.
Yeah.
I need to interrupt here.
Oh?
Bump, it's been a heck of a week for you with, with some bumpisms. And ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
We've got another.
Hey, Shannon, this one's from the text line. Any issue or problem with the way Dan Howell hand-dandled Gilbert last night when he threw, 80-something pitches?
Hand-dandled.
Why don't y'all let me live, man? Let me live.
Play one more time.
Hand-dandled.
Hand-dandled. I don't like the way hand-dandled that.
Hand-dandled.
No, I don't like how hand-dandled that.
I quit, man. I ain't working with y'all no more.
How do you think that?
I ain't working with y'all no more.
No, you guys, I'm being
It's a
serious.
wrap.
No,
I'm gonna
will you
ask
please let me host
Wyman
the show?
if he can switch. Nah,
I
I'm
need
not
to
letting you do
this
nothing.
is a serious question.
I'm
No,
not
I have
letting
a
you do
real
nothing.
question. How do you think that, just real question, okay? Back to sports. How do you think Mike McDonald should dandle when it comes to whether or not he plays Cooper Kupp? How would you dandle playing some of the
You just wait.
starting?
Your time is coming. Curtis, your time is coming. Matthew, your time is coming. Stacy,
I'm
your time is coming. It's coming.
Oh, no, my time.
Let's see what's on tonight.
What's on tonight with Bump and Stacy, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot. Now, here's what's on tonight.
The Mariners, maybe, who knows when this game will end? How will they hand-dandle it? Whenever it does, you'll hear the finish
Hand-dandled.
on Seattle Sports.
Blue 88, every day at 7:45 on Brock and Salk.
Sam Darnold came into camp a little lighter this year. How come?
He's tried to get leaner and faster than he's been in his career because there's going to be a bunch of movement. If you really think about it, the area on the field where there is the biggest tilt in athleticism between foes, it's on the offensive line, and in particular tackles versus the Myles Garretts of the world.
Blue 88 on Brock and Salk. Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. The hotel is open and you can book now at snocasino.com. The destination spa, the expanded non-smoking gaming floor, the big 2,000-seat entertainment space and convention center, and yeah, the new restaurants, food venues as well. Effortless style and the utmost in relaxation. Go to snocasino.com to book. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
New Harley-Davidson street glides under $265 a month at Jet City Harley. Try it out for under $265 a month on a new street glide at Jet City Harley-Davidson.
Payments based on street glide model and base color with 30% down, 96-month term, 6.99% APR with approved credit. Doesn't include freight, setup, tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Immaculate greens, unrivaled natural beauty,
championship caliber conditions. Loomis Trail is the epitome of Northwest golf. With water in play on nearly every hole and tree-lined fairways, Loomis Trail provides a fantastic golf experience for those that want a challenge and those looking for a fun getaway. What round are you up for? Tee times available online at golfloomis.com. Start planning your perfect golf getaway today.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. Is your siding ready for the wet season? Call 866-ROOF-ROOF for James Hardy Siding. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
You gotta love football season, but when it comes to your windows and doors, you don't want any fumbles. Steve Rabel here, reminding you to trust locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their selection of windows and doors can't be beat, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
The home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive, deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
Well, welcome back to Baltimore as we are still in rain delay here. The Mariners and Orioles. We're in the 6th inning. That's when the game was halted with Josh Naylor aboard and Julio batting. Mariners trailing 5-0. Some good news to report, though, as the rain has halted. The skies look not too bad overhead, which is great. You could almost say that the atmosphere has stabilized. And right now the umpires are on the field. I think they are inspecting conditions currently. The tarp is still on the field, so we're not close to starting or restarting, but hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. So still in rain delay and still playing the waiting game here in Baltimore between the Mariners and the Orioles. So in the meantime, we'll send you back to rain delay programming.
Overburdened with a bunch of stuff you don't want anymore, but feel bad throwing it away? John here with Happy Hauler, Seattle's eco-friendly junk removal. We prioritize donating and recycling. We'll help get your items to those in need instead of going to the landfill. At Happy Hauler, we pride ourselves on responsibility, community, and sustainability. We're a family-run small business that provides junk removal, donations, and recycling. Make yourself, your community, and the planet happy. It's time to reclaim your space. HappyHauler.com, hauling with a heart.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hundreds of vehicles on the ground, 8 dealerships, 14 brands, all in one location. Visit West Hills Autoplex. We have more brands in one location than anywhere else in Washington State. Import or domestic, new or pre-owned. We make finding your perfect vehicle easy, and that means a remarkable car buying experience for you. Skip the hassle with West Hills' streamlined buying experience and feel confident buying from your neighborhood family-owned dealerships. West Hills Autoplex, Auto Centerway exit, Highway 3, Bremerton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What I need to know coming your way in 15. Get your questions in 866-979-3776. Right now, let's head to the station for Hype Train. First train and looking ahead to the Seahawks game. This is going to be about tomorrow's preseason game. To board the train, you have to agree with both things. The Seahawks will hand-dandle the Chiefs for a Week 2 preseason win.
Hand-dandled.
And Sam Darnold will throw the first touchdown. Bump, do you have anything to say? You have to contribute.
Bump's giving us the silent
Bump,
treatment.
stop.
Wow.
Bump, no one's making fun. Bump.
He's going to take the headset off, walk away.
Bump, if you don't speak, we'll simply have to play audio of you saying other things.
Hand-dandled.
Go dogs.
I don't know what your question is, but I'm not on the train.
Wait, we have more bump cuts.
I'm not on the train. Sending it. Goodbye, train. Don't know your question.
Some people don't enjoy because you want that instant gratification. I understand that.
Cabernet, merry-go-round, nighttime, dark time, hand-dandled. That sounds like an intro to like a Ludacris song.
And like 6 of those are within the last 4 or 5 days.
All this week. I'm like on stroke alert, man. I'm not getting my words out right.
What's your guys' favorite bumpkism this week? I think mine's been nighttime, dark time.
That's a really good one.
Dark time, because I now want to call primetime games dark time. I'm going to say the Seahawks in dark time this year.
Oh, man.
I think it's dark
tough
time.
Week. You guys don't know what's going on in my life, okay?
Yeah, man. Is everything
tough
okay?
Week.
Look,
it's been tough.
Bump, do you have an incredibly busy schedule once the Seahawks season starts in college football? Yeah. Are we as your friends going to make fun of you no matter what? Yes. It reminds me of that tweet about like the one time you called the Grinch the Grink and then your friends will always make fun of you for it.
And dandled.
Except like in this profession, it doesn't go away because you have...
We've got recording software.
Exactly. It just stays.
The Seahawks will handle the Chiefs for a Week 2 preseason win, and Sam Darnold will throw the first touchdown. Bump was not boarding out of spite. He did not give a football reason. Curtis, are you boarding?
I'm boarding. I think they will handle the Chiefs. I think the highlight of the Chiefs week is going to be that 2-hour podcast that just dropped yesterday. They got nothing else to look forward to this week.
It was a great pod.
Yeah, exactly.
You listened?
It was a fun
Sure
one.
did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Seahawks get it done tomorrow night at Lumen. It would be cool to see Mahomes play, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near that field tomorrow.
I will board this one as well. Next up, the Mariners and Orioles will resume play.
Yeah, they're going to do it.
We're already mad.
They're going to do it during the Wyman and Bob show.
Yeah, absolutely will.
And they're going to get more benefits from being a late show.
The Mariners and Orioles will resume play. Bump is boarding.
At 3 o'clock.
He's boarding at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis, are you boarding this train that the Mariners and Orioles, who technically could call it,
yeah, there's nothing stopping them from doing that right now.
Except for Naylor on first and Julio up to bat, a 1 count.
And you're down 5. You can't get a 5-run home run.
It's never too late. It's never too late, Curtis. All they need is a grand slam and another run.
I'll board this train. My wild guess is going to be around 2 o'clock. I think they're just going to keep us on the air for as long as possible to torture us. And then, oh, you guys are done? Yeah, we're back playing. That's what's going to happen.
The text line said, "It's okay, Bump. We undermeant what you stood."
That's good.
See, reading these are going to mess me up.
That's good.
I'm going to mess up, and it's going to be because I'm reading all of these texts that are really funny. We undermeant what you stood. Yes, I will board this train. Like Bump, I think it's going to happen at like 3 p.m. It's going to be a nice little break for Wyman and Bob. Next up, I'm in panic mode on the Mariners offense. Now, you're not boarding this because I am. This is applying to you. If you are in panic mode about the Mariners offense right now, you're boarding this train.
No, I'm not in panic mode. No, okay. I think for 8 games, the offense was good. All right, disappears for a little bit. You still got the same players over there. I think they'll be fine. And once Suarez gets going, good times will be rolling again. I'm not too worried about it.
I'm in panic mode about the Mariners offense. Bump says, no, I'm not. I'm not boarding. Curtis, are you?
I am not in panic mode, so I'm not boarding this train. I think they are just kind of having to create their own energy on the road, and that's a little bit tougher to do than at home. Especially coming off the trade deadline. It was Ichiro weekend. Like, it was easy to get jacked up over the weekend, but you find it a little bit harder on the road, but I'm not in panic mode, so not boarding.
I'm not either. I don't know that anyone is going to be boarding this one. You had an 8-game win streak. You're one of the, prior to a day ago, the hottest team in baseball outside of Milwaukee. 12-game streak, which is crazy. No, I don't think anyone should be like panicked about this team. I think that this is a team that can get to the playoffs and just happens to be flawed. It is frustrating to know that Your best bats aren't raking right now, but they're also healthy and there and available. And I have every confidence that they're going to be able to turn things on during this stretch here. Next up. Hand-dandled is the best bumpism. I wrote bumpism. Matt, did you say malapropism?
Malapropism. It's like when you mess up a word, but it's a fancy word.
Yeah, wow.
No, gratification.
A word that's easy to mess up.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even attempt it. Gratisfied is a really good. That one was the crowd pleaser. That was the okay. Curtis, hand-dandled is the best bumpism. Bump says it's actually gratisfied, and I think I might side with him on that one. What do you think?
Gratisfied just flows the best. That one, you could make an argument that it should be a word.
I've used that word like
that should be a word, I think.
It really should. Like, it makes sense. It's you can use it easily. It flows. It sounds better than any other word.
Dark time is kind of like my 2-year-old just kind of figuring out the English language.
That's what I used to say to my kids. It's dark time.
It's dark time.
It's dark time.
It's dark time, guys. Hand-dandled, man, that one's just... Bump's tired. We're near the end of the week. I'm not going to board for this one.
Fair.
Just because gratified, that's an all-timer.
I think I'm with you guys. Not boarding this train because the answer is gratisfied. Never have I seen so many people text in using the word, like, for days after, being like, I'm pretty gratisfied so far with where the Mariners are.
It ain't going nowhere.
No, it means more than either word. It means more. I'm with you. I'm with Curtis on that one. I will say that hand-dandled is funny because it sounds like a children's lullaby, nursery rhyme kind of thing. And it was unexpected. When Curtis told me we got another one, I was like, I didn't hear it, so I was curious about it. It kind of caught me off guard.
It caught me off guard.
You.
Shannon just flowed with it, though. She was like, yeah, so...
Shannon Dreher, a total pro.
A total pro. That's a pro's pro right there. She was like, yeah, I'll tell you how hand-dandled it. I think pretty well. Pretty well, considering. Yeah. It's one of the funnier ones, but not the best one. But you've had some bangers this week.
Yeah, I prefer not to.
This was kind of like Cal having in that series
Cal
against the Tigers when he had a home run, a grand slam, and then won the Derby,
days.
and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. Yeah. What we're witnessing right now is history, and that's what this week has felt like. What I need to know coming your way next.
With roster spots on the line.
And here's Millwall rolling out to the right side and throws a dart.
We're training him like we're training Drew and Sam.
It's another important step in building the 2025 Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Torrey Horton from 10 yards out.
I just feel like it's that competitive mindset that I got. I always want to compete.
Preseason game number 2, Seahawks Chiefs, Friday night. Kickoff at 7. Pregame at 5 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports on 710.
It's back to school time again, and parents are pretty stressed out.
Can you blame us? The supply list, the sign-ups, the scheduling.
At least haircuts are easy at Great Clips.
It's true. With the Great Clips app, I checked him in before we left home, so we were in and out in no time.
I got a great haircut, and Mom got to check something off the to-do list. She really loves that.
Back to school can be a lot, but haircuts are easy at Great Clips. Download the app today.
Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and I can see clearly now. It's amazing. Let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for Refractive Lens Exchange, or RLE. Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, contacts, readers, or cataracts. So if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the capper. You're never going to develop a cataract. I'm somebody that needed readers in every room of the house. I needed to see the scoreboard out at ball games. I just couldn't see clearly. That has all changed thanks to RLE. Whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to point you in the right direction. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com. StateRoofing.com.
When the weather changes, your home shouldn't be the one left unprepared. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. We offer the strongest solutions in roofing, siding, decking, windows, and gutters, made for the Pacific Northwest. And right now, get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months or up to $3,000 off your next project. No gimmicks, no stress, just reliability you can count on. Visit stateroofing.com or call 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule your free estimate today.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The home of the Mariners.
Lift off to center. It is on its way. Julio, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. The hotel is open and you can book now at snocasino.com. The destination spa, the expanded non-smoking gaming floor, the big 2,000-seat entertainment space and convention center, and yeah, the new restaurants, food venues as well. Effortless style and the utmost in relaxation. Go to snocasino.com to book. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Hey, college students. Safeway is giving you 5% off. That's right. Junior colleges, tech schools, universities. Just verify your student ID in the app. Unlock exclusive deals and shop on the app or in person. Better yet, subscribe to Fresh Pass to get free delivery and other special offers. Remember, if you use EBT, Fresh Pass is 50% off and you get savings on fresh produce. For all the details, visit Safeway.com/4U. That's Safeway.com/FOR in the letter U.
Dave Wyman here, and since I stopped playing football, we've been fortunate to live in the same house for over 20 years. That type of longevity is a good thing, except 20 years in the same house means a lot of things start to break. Most recently, it's our windows. Virtually every seal has broken, and that's why I reached out to Harley Exteriors. Chris and Ray came out to the house, and I could instantly tell we'd get along great, and I'd want to do business with them. They're local, they're huge fans of our teams, and big listeners to the station. Better yet, they have the best product. Olympic Series windows offered exclusively through Harley Exteriors are manufactured right here in Washington and designed for our Pacific Northwest homes and climate. That means cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. Look up Harley Exteriors for your window replacement. In August, Harley Exteriors is offering 50% off basic installation, no payments for 1 year, and an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Our first texter says, what I need to know, how should I handle this shopper who has zero awareness of their surroundings and where they put their cart? That's a tough one.
It is, because you don't want to touch their stuff.
No.
You don't touch someone's cart. But what I do is I just stand there and make it awkward.
We're like, I want you to be aware.
Yeah, just be aware that
inconvenienced.
You're not aware.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just stand there and make sure they feel my presence.
What's more annoying to you, slow drivers or really slow walkers when you can't get around
Slow
them?
walkers.
Slow walkers drive me crazy.
Slow drivers, at least, they're probably scared. They're not comfortable. Like, I pass by you all the time on I-5.
That's not true.
And
That's
your
rude.
hands are, what is it, 10 and 2?
I don't like changing
all the way
lanes.
to the right.
I don't like changing
going
lanes.
52 miles per hour.
If I have to exit eventually within the hour, I'm going to get in the lane that I need to exit from.
I just imagine.
You never know.
When I drive by you, I look at you and I just imagine going, la, 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 la. I'm like, what is she doing? Go faster.
No, that's accurate. I've left from VMAC ahead of you also, getting back to like downtown to the studio or here.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what I need to know. Give Bump a break, says one listener. I once heard Rabel invent a new word when he couldn't decide whether a tackler had to runner his grip or his grasp, and he said grisp. I like it.
I like that one.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes new words are better words. I fundamentally believe that. Gratisfaction is a better word. What I need to know. What's the worst smelling food? This person said that you've brought to work, but I'll also adjust it to be that someone could bring to work.
I mean, fish is always that's a no-no. Don't ever microwave fish in any workplace.
Who in general would microwave fish?
There's someone who used to work here that
there's
did.
some,
The microwave fish? That's just a weird way to heat it up, too.
Well, I don't know if they
Notice how
microwaved
Bum
it.
said they used to work here.
Oh, okay.
We used to have somebody that would coat everything in sriracha, and it would be potent.
I don't mind that one. I don't love vinegar smelling, but that's more me, personally.
Broccoli's also a bad food to microwave
Yes.
because it smells like farts.
What are your overall thoughts on eating food on planes? I saw a video the other day where this girl was like, tuna's healthy, it has a lot of protein. If that's the snack that you packed for yourself, then that's your snack. Like, don't judge someone for it. And I was like, I don't know. I do think there's a plane etiquette with smells.
Yeah,
don't take your
there is.
shoes off.
Don't take
eat
your
tuna.
shoes off, please. Go to the restroom to pass gas, please. Change the diaper in the restroom, please.
Yeah. Let's see. 866-979-3776. Someone wanted us to ask Shannon this question, and we weren't able to include it, so I'll ask us this question. They want to know if we think Dylan Moore, currently really, really struggling, is fighting through an injury.
Nothing that I see shows injury. His mental is injured. That's what's injured.
I think so too. Curtis, what do you think?
There's got to be something up. Like, no one gets this bad at hitting after they have done it their entire life.
Luke Arkins had a graphic the other day from Baseball Savant just showing him compared to how he did last year versus this year, specifically against four-seam fastballs. And that's the most drastic difference that he could find. And I mean, it is like daytime, dark time kind of difference. A night and day difference. And that is something where it's like, okay, well, you've identified where you're struggling, but why? I don't know that it's injury, but it doesn't answer the question.
Like the
just some
yips,
interesting
man.
insight from Arkins.
It's like the yips.
Yeah. This person said a gal in my office microwaved trout one day. Who does that? Who does that?
Straight to HR with you.
Something about trout too is gross to me. I think it's because it's like, it just makes me think that you got it from a lake in a city, you know? Like trout is just, you guys get what I'm saying?
Just caught it and then brought it in.
Yeah, like trout feels like a fish that you, so in SeaTac, there's Angle Lake. It's like the only fish you could find in there is like there's probably 4 trout in that entire lake. And my sister caught one time. And
she eat it?
She brought it and she wanted to keep it in our freezer so that my mom could cook it for her. And we forgot about it. And like a year later, my mom is cleaning out the freezer. I still have this childhood memory. And she pulls out this frozen whole trout. Like it was a little trout, but like the fish, like it's just in there. Like my sister just put it in the freezer.
Well, thank you.
That's just what I think of when I think of trout. Like they're dirty fish. The dirty birds of the water. 866-979-3776. Why do we suck when there's rain delays? I think it's just tough to get back out there, man.
We were playing bad before the rain delay.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
rain
the
had no
Yankees-
impact on today's game.
Last rain delay, Logan was cooking against the Yanks.
Yeah.
And then they struggled afterward. This one's just...
They got blown out in Minnesota. I remember that one. It was
Also,
like 10-0.
It's a really, really boring answer, but sometimes I think teams just struggle and don't look good for a stretch of time. I have no real answer as to why the Mariners right now have looked bad against the Orioles.
It's human error. It's sports.
Yeah.
Things happen.
866-979-3776. What I need to know, do you guys think the Mariners should put Cal in when they come back from this delay?
No. Let them be.
This better not be
Let 'em
real.
rest.
Oh, the game's scheduled to restart at 2 p.m.?
Yep. Like I said.
You gotta be freaking
This
kidding
is a joke. Is my life a joke to you? Bum should be on a golf course right now.
Goodness
I should
gracious.
be scrolling on my phone shopping on Amazon.
I just saw Dave walk by, too.
I'm going to scowl at them when I walk out there. How dare you?
Just take all the joy out of this day.
They stole our last game. They stole it.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even get to finish my round. Snoqualmie Ridge.
We got next Wednesday, potentially.
Let's...
Philadelphia.
Yes.
10:05 first pitch.
Was that the next Wednesday? That's home, right?
No, that's on the road.
What's the game? What's the next matinee where Alex said I could try to throw the ball into the second
August
level?
27th.
Bump and I are going to try to see how far we could throw baseballs, but we have to get to the stadium early enough.
Someone says it's one game, relax. No, this isn't just one game. It's the second time. Oh, maybe they're talking about just
They're
the loss.
talking about
okay.
people.
I'm like talking about us getting
I think they
pushed
care
back.
a lot more about the Mariners than a potential off day we didn't get.
No, I think we are relaxed, Texter, and I think that you're right. I think that anyone hitting panic over, I don't know. Again, they could have won that game yesterday if Dylan plays that ball a bit differently, if Naylor plays the ball differently. Like, I don't think we're talking about a loss from yesterday. I think you're talking about dropping game 3 of a series instead of getting a sweep. That's the conversation I think we'd be having instead. So I'm not hitting panic mode about this game. Again, this game, by the way, we're watching the broadcast right now, heading out of a rain delay. The tarp is off the field, it would appear, cleaning it up, and they are set to resume play at 2 p.m. Coming your way next.
Some people don't enjoy because you want that instant gratification. I understand that.
Cabernet, merry-go-round, nighttime, dark time, hand-dandled.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here and I love these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it.
Hey, I'm Joey.
And I'm Josh, and we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A.
And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it.
I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce.
Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states. This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Welcome back to Mariners baseball as we're just about ready to resume this game. Mariners and Orioles. We're in the 6th inning here in Baltimore as the rain delay is just about over. Baltimore will be taking the field in mere moments as the umpire crew is back onto the field, and we're just about ready to restart this ball game. Before we do that, though, let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
This is Mariners baseball on Seattle Sports.
Take every game with you on the go by downloading the Seattle Sports app.
710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma, the home of the Mariners.
So here we go. The umpires are back onto the field. We're just awaiting Baltimore to take the field again.